Hey everybody, Mike Verta. So this is a quick tip for people who are new to visual effects. This is a CG R2-D2 I did a while back. And, it's traditional and typical in CG when we're presenting our models to show them as a 360 turnaround, a turntable animation, something like this. And that's normal and it's good and it's informative. You can see the mapping on it and texture and all that work. But it's also kind of sterile. And I've seen some great models that did not look that great in the turnaround. And you look at them and you think, oh, this needs a lot more work. And the truth is they were already fantastic. So something that I do is, and I recommend is, I do a handheld animation of my models as part of my presentation, like this. Now, to do this, it was very simple. I just took one weekend and I just picked up a camera. I think it was actually my cell phone. And I just walked around my house a little bit, doing some handheld animations of just whatever, a couple of small push-ins, things at slightly different scales. And then I just took the weekend and I just tracked them as camera data. And then I can load those tracks into whatever model I'm working in. So like in this case, I had, I think this was walking around my couch originally, and I just stuck it on this, and it lends this air. It does a lot of things. First of all, it gives you a sort of a better idea of how the model's actually going to perform in a real-world scenario. Sometimes it's more revealing than a turntable. And it also has just the psychological effect of seeing it with something real in the frame, because now the camera move, at least the camera move, is real. And with these handheld moves, if you actually looked at the graph, the animation graph for this, it's just got a billion little micro subtleties in it that you would never really do if you were trying to animate this by hand. So it injects this reality, a real thing, for the first time into this CG image, and we can sense that. We can sense that this is a real camera move with all of its imperfections and flaws in it. And that goes a long way toward affecting how people feel about it. And that includes visual effects supervisors who've been in the business for decades. They're affected by it too. Everybody is. And it took no other time to set up. I mean, all I did for this is one HDR and a cyclorama with a single texture just dropped on it. I spent no time in the setup. There's no post in here. So, this is not like a whole other production. The little animation I had just done for myself. But, I mean, we're talking about a 5-minute setup and then just kicked off to the farm. It's... but like I said, it's been my experience that it really makes a difference, first of all, for you and for any critical assessment of your model, and it has a psychological impact on clients and supervisors, and it gives you a better idea of how it's going to show up in a real world scenario. It's just a good idea, and I think it's worth trying. And just take a weekend and put some for you and your demo reels, if nothing else. Just take a weekend or take a couple of days or a day or whatever it is, and just shoot some things around your house and track them and keep a library of it. It's really it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Use it all the time, and it's turned a lot of skeptics into believers pretty quickly. All right, thanks.